recording for people who are not able to be on this call today. So let me get to this and okay, everybody good to see the screen here? Okay, if anyone can't see for some reason, just unmute yourself and say no, can't see it because I can't see you guys right now.
I
Um,
cannot see your screen.
Yeah, we see you, Eva.
You
Yeah, we
see me
can't,
still?
we don't see
Interesting,
the
because I
screen.
shared my screen with that window. Okay, that's why I asked. If I don't share I guess I'll have to share my whole screen. I hate doing that though, but okay. Now, wait a minute. See, this always happens, that it won't present. This has happened last time we did this last week. So weird. Okay, you guys probably can see my whole screen right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it won't present. See, I'm clicking it and it won't present. This is what happened. There's a bug here. So give me 1 second. This is exactly what happened last time. Sorry, guys, you're going to end up seeing a lot here. Um, I don't know why it's doing this. Okay. How's that?
Better.
Okay. Sorry about that. It's something, it freezes this once I open it once, and this happened last time too. Anyway, so here we are. All you need to know about Ann Arbor Tri. Um, Important thing to know is how to get there. It is at 8725 Hankard Road in Gregory, Michigan. When you are on Hankard Road and you're approaching the park, either from this way or this way, you're going to see this sign over on the side. It's very easy to go zip right past it. Oh, sorry about that. So just wanted to give you a little heads up. We will have markings. We'll have all our epic races signs and everything out there, but look for this. It says Half Moon Lake Day Use Facility. That's where you're going to be going. And that's where you're going to go for packet pickup, either the day before the race, or if you can't get there the day before the race, you can go race morning and pick up all of the things you will need for your race that day. Option one at the race site, Friday, July 10th from 4 to 6 p.m. If you go the day before, it's pretty nice because then you can see the lake where you're going to be swimming. You can check out the roads, check out the whole area, transition area. Also, at 5 p.m., a member of our staff or possibly me will be there at 5 p.m. in the transition area holding Triathlon 101. So some of the things talked about there are similar to this, but we're on site at the race. So it's a lot easier to visualize everything and just pick up a few more triathlon tips. Race day packet pickup before the race starts opens at 6 a.m. and closes promptly at 7:15 a.m. You will all be getting a QR code in your email. You also do already have access to this QR code in your confirmation email from when you registered for the race, but we know a lot of people have trouble finding that. So we will send you another email with a QR code. We will also send you your bib number. So you will have that information before coming to packet pickup. It's great if you can bring it because then you can show the QR code, it can be scanned, get you checked in. Knowing your bib number is helpful too. One thing I want to tell you is that out at this lake, unless your cell service is AT&T, it's unlikely that you're going to have service. So make sure when you get that QR code, if you don't have AT&T, you take a screenshot and put it in your wallet or someplace that it's easy to access. When you pick up your packet, this is all the fun stuff you're going to get. You're going to get a big sheet of stickers, and it's going to have stickers for your bike. You're going to have a bib that you can wear. This photo doesn't have it, but there's also stickers that are helmet stickers, and you can wear a sticker, and then there's a supporter sticker. So sometimes people have supporters out there for them, and they like to wear their the stickers supporting you. So very fun stuff, and important to use them. You also will get race morning, not in your packet, but race morning, everybody needs to pick up a timing chip on a strap. You can see it right here. You'll get this timing strap and you will put it on your left ankle, making sure that it's facing out on the outside of your ankle so that the timing mats will pick up your time when you cross them. Biggest question I always get from people is, what should I wear? And there are a lot of options. It's very, very common to wear a triathlon suit or a tri suit. You can see this person on the bike here is wearing one. They can be one piece or two piece. Right here, you can see there's a one piece. And I think this might be a two piece, but I can't really tell. One pieces are a little more hydrodynamic and aerodynamic, so people like them. Although if you're wearing a wetsuit over it in the water, that part doesn't matter as much. Two pieces are great because it's not uncommon during the or not during the race, before the race, to have a couple trips to the portable toilets. So that's where the two pieces are nice. You can also, some people will just wear a bathing suit. And when you wear just a bathing suit, sometimes people like to pull on bike shorts for the bike portion or not. It depends on your comfort. You could see here he has, it looks like, bike shorts and a top. So any of that will work. And you can see here more options, different things to wear in a triathlon. Another question people are always asking, what is the water temperature? It is quickly changing. So even if I give you the water temperature now, just know it can be drastically different. This past weekend at our Tri Goddess Tri, the day before the race, the water was 74, day of, it was 71. Things like, drastic change in air temperature can make the water feel different, doesn't always change a lot. Rain can make a big difference. Right now, the water temperature at Half Moon Lake is 77.1. So with that, everyone says, what's that wetsuit rule again? Can I wear my wetsuit? So the wetsuit rule is that if the water temperature is 78 degrees or lower, you may, actually it's really 79 or 77.9 or lower, that you may wear a wetsuit. If it's over 78, between 78.1 and 83.9, you can wear a wetsuit, but you will not be eligible for awards. But if you've trained in your wetsuit, you're excited to wear your wetsuit, that's your comfort. Up to 83.9, okay, but you will not be eligible for award if you win an age group or an overall award. If the water temperature is 84 degrees or above, you absolutely may not wear a wetsuit because it's unsafe. You could easily overheat, and we don't want that happening. So when you have all of that figured out, you know what you're wearing, and you're going to the race. You're going to first go to the transition area where we also have body marking. Body marking is kind of a fun triathlon thing. You will have your number written on your arm and on your leg. If you're wearing a long sleeved wetsuit, we will write it on your hand. Also, something else we do is, and this is most triathlons, on the back of your leg, we'll write the race that you're in, also your age. And one thing that's important to know, your triathlon age is your age the last day of this year. So if today you're 49, but December 15th, you're turning 50, At a triathlon, at a USAT sanctioned triathlon, you are considered 50. So it just moves things along a little bit faster, but it's all part of the competition rules that we all need to know. When you're in this transition area, it's going to look just like this. There's going to be racks in rows. They're going to have signs letting you know what area. We don't assign a very specific spot, but we assign a rack based on your age and gender. And you'll see here when you have your spot, it's a very small piece of real estate. People are going to tell you, who, whether they've ever done a triathlon or not, but you tell someone, oh, I'm doing a triathlon. Oh, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to bring a big laundry basket with all of your stuff and also bring a bucket that you can fill with water so you can wash your feet and then turn that bucket over so that you can sit and and everyone wants to, be your friend and tell you all these things to do. You really don't need a whole lot of stuff for a sprint or Olympic distance triathlon. You're going to need a towel to mark your area. And on that towel, you're going to put your shoes. If you're wearing biking shoes, you'll put your biking shoes, and then everyone, unless you're doing aqua bike, will have running shoes. You're going to want to put, if you have want like an extra water bottle for some reason, you can put that there. If you're going to have any nutrition, maybe have that there, but that's really all you need. And you can see these very simple setups that people have. So the amount of space you have is about 3 feet by 3 feet. There are 6 bikes per rack. You may not mount your bike in this area. As you can see, somebody here is walking a bike. When you take your bike to go out and ride the bike course, you'll be just pushing your bike. You will not be riding it, and your helmet needs to be on your head anytime you're touching your bike. Only athletes are allowed in the transition area, so you may not bring a coach, a friend, family member, anybody. Just athletes are allowed in the transition area. So going back to how to set up your area, here's a real nice simple setup that somebody has. They just have the things they need on their towel. And on our website, here's a link here, but it's if you just go to the Ann Arbor Tribe website, you'll find this link on a video of how to set up your transition area and how to manage the transition situation. So we've got all our transition areas set up and we've paid attention to where we've racked our bike so that we can find it when we come out of the swim. It's not uncommon to come down, do the swim, come out, go back to transition, and it's like, oh no, where did I put my bike? So do what you need to do to remember where that is. And we're going to be down at the swim where we have a time trial start. People go in one at a time or 2 at a time, depending on what we decide that day, either 1 at a time or 2 at a time, 3 seconds apart. So you will line up when your race is called to line up. We'll call up all Olympic and we'll call up all sprint, and we'll say, line yourselves up from fastest swimmers to a little bit less fast toward the back. And we'll say go, and you'll just go in. And some people kind of like to run right in. Some kind of take their time. Some don't remember to put their goggles on and go right in there. But you'll do it exactly how you want to do it with your cap on and your goggles on your face. You'll go out to do the swim. There'll be buoys in the water. And on the beach, before the race starts, there is a mandatory meeting at 7:15 before the race starts for all distances, including duathlon, open water, swim, all the events. And we'll explain the swim course to everybody. We don't know now. We'll know that day. Buoys on the right, buoys on the left, which ones are the turn buoys, all of that. And then when you come out, some people like to start taking off their wetsuits in the water. Other people just wait, and some people are just like shocked that they finally finished the swim. Some people are very happy. And then everybody goes and finds their bike in transition. So now we're at the bike. Going back to questions people ask me, what sort of a bike do I need? At most races that are sprint distance races, any bike will do. Even an Olympic distance, although when you're getting up to 25 miles, a heavier bike like this can be a little challenging. So depending upon your race distance, you can decide, but this is, we are very well supported and everything is set up for your success. Any bike, as long as it's safe, will do. We see here a road bike, fat bike, and I think they're a hybrid or a mountain bike, not sure. So here is the bike course. The sprint does the course one time. Olympic does the course 2 times. And you can find this map on the website if you want to check it out ahead of time. The course will be marked with arrows, painted arrows on the ground, showing you which way to go. There also will be cones and arrow signs, letting you know how to follow the bike course. We have bike support by Aberdeen Bike and Outdoors. They are located in Chelsea, Michigan. If you don't know the last time your bike was tuned up, I suggest bringing your bike to Aberdeen or someplace that is convenient for you and getting it checked out. Aberdeen will offer 10% off to anybody signed up for the Ann Arbor Tri. So if you go in there with your race confirmation or just pull up your confirmation on your phone, they will give you 10% off. And if after the race you decide you had so much fun and you want to even get yourself a new bike, they will give you 10% off that new bike if you bring in your bib number. And they will be there race day offering bike support. So if you show up and realize at the last second, oh, somehow I got a flat tire on the way to the race, or something isn't quite right, you want them to check it out, they will check it out. So after the bike, you bring your bike into the transition area. You will rack your bike in your transition area where you found it and head out for the run, unless you're in the aqua bike. If you're in the aqua bike, swim bike done. And if you're doing just the open water swim, you finished before the bike. For the run, everybody who's doing the triathlon, you'll rack your bike, you'll head out of the park, and this is a spectacular run. And hopefully you all read when you signed up for the race, it is a trail run on the Potawatomi Trail. When you head out, you will be on pavement and you will have quite an uphill going up to leave the park. And then you're just on this magnificent trail that you can see right here. This is an area, I think, kind of coming out back toward the road. Here's deep in the trails. This is what it's like. And look how happy she is. It's really just a magnificent run. There is a sprint course and an Olympic course. So here we've got our Olympic course, and you'll come out here. This is a point that's important to pay attention to. There will be a big old sign here saying Olympic go this way, sprint go this way. But you'll follow all around the trail, coming back, and then back to the finish line back at the park. Sprint distance, as you can see, this is that point where the sprint will turn right. And here's another point where it changes a bit. Sprint will cut this turn right here, come back for all of our post-race festivities at the park. So where does that aquabike finish? I told you they are swim bike done, but what does that mean? So aquabikers, when the aquabike crosses the mat coming into the transition area, your time is done. Your race is over. But all the glory happens at the finish line. So we would like you to rack your bike, make your way over to the finish line. There will be a special little door on the side that says Aquabike enter here. Aquabikers do not have to go all the way down and come in because you're not supposed to run. So you can come in on the side, cross the finish line, And then when you cross that finish line, because I always say aqua bikers have the best photos, because when you brought your bike back, you were in no hurry. You can take off your helmet and fix your hair, put on lip gloss, do all that, make your way in, put your hands up, best finish line pictures, and when you put your hands up. So do that, go through, get your medal, and then join in our post-race festivities. And how does that relay work? Relays are teams of 2 or 3 people. There will be an area in the transition area that's marked relays, and that's where all relays will set up their area. So you set it up all together. Swimmer will go down for the swim. And when the swimmer comes up into the transition area, I recommend both, if you have a team of 3, have both standing there, because here's a little pro tip for that relay. You've got one timing strip on that swimmer's ankle. So the swimmer can come up and then the runner takes the chip off of the swimmer's ankle while the biker is getting ready to get on the bike. And then that runner puts the strap on the biker's ankle. And then biker takes the bike and walks it to the mount line, mounts the bike, and takes off for the bike. When you are finished, you'll see signs just like this that say scan for results. So if again, we have trouble there with cell phone service. So at this race, it's a little bit challenging. We will be printing and posting results. Please be patient. It's going to be like a race, probably like in the past century, how we used to do it, that we'd print and post and then print out more and put more up there. But that's probably how it's going to have to be done just because of the lack of service. But we will have the results for you. Anyone who has cell service, you could scan this QR code and get your results. We will have the Lost Voices pub set up at this race. And actually, this is an old slide, so I'm going to just fix it and tell you that we're having Arbor Brewing beer at the finish line. And Lost Voices, who saves lives one song at a time, helping victims of human trafficking get back into regular life through song. They are our charity and they make it possible by getting a 1-day beer license for us. So we love it when people support them. There's a link on our website to donate to them. You can also donate day of. Suggested donation is $5. Maybe bring a $5 bill along with you. And there also will be QR codes that you can donate to them online and enjoy a beer on them. Here's some of the post-race fun you're all going to be having. We serve breakfast burritos. We serve pancakes. We have all sorts of great things. And with all of that, we try to produce as little waste as possible. We're proud to say that most of our races have less than 2 pounds of landfill waste. So you'll see ground zero set up. You won't see trash cans. You'll see ground zero. Bring your waste over here and they will put it in the right spot for you. Awards. So those of you who have been doing our races for a while or even just did some last year are used to us having grab and go awards. We used to have award ceremonies and then went to grab and go. People were in a hurry. And now we're finding people are kind of like, you can just stick around more than they did the past few years. So we've gone back to an awards ceremony. And we will do them as quickly as we can after we have finishers. So we know that it is very possible some people may still be out there when the award ceremony starts and come in, but we still will have awards for everybody who got one, as you can see from this list here. The awards are organized by male, female, and non-binary. We have age groups, and top 5 in each age group get an award. First place overall gets an award. And the ceremony is a whole lot of fun. And if for some reason you're still out on the course or missed that, come on up to our awards table and we will help you out. And the whole thing is a whole lot of fun. So you can see these happy triathletes here at the Ann Arbor Tri, with transitioner behind them. And it's just a super fun day. It is the USA Triathlon State Championship race. So If you do get an age group award, usually it's the top 10% qualify for nationals, for USA2 national race, and a state championship race, top 30% qualify. So if you're in the top 30% of your age group, you do qualify for USA2 nationals, which are held in August. Here we have a team who did pretty well. Our Spartan team did well that year. And just here's a little more what you can picture race day. And it's a good old day. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. And I'm not going to stop sharing yet. Give me 1 second for that. And why is it not? There it is. Couldn't see that. Okay. And I know a lot of you probably had some questions, maybe put some questions in the chat while I was talking. Tara or anybody else on here, Angela, who I think is on here, Brian, are there questions that weren't answered that came up in the chat that I can now answer for everybody?
No, it looks like you did a great job. Just the one about where open water swimmers should finish, and I let them know we'll create the gate opening for them to go in and cross the finish line.
Yeah. So open water swim in this race, we have just one distance. We have the 1 mile, and it is competition. So excellent question. I'm sorry that I forgot to mention that. There will be a spot for open water swimmers to come up and go through the finish line, and that's where the finish will be. But it's not far from the water's edge at this race. So could be easy. Oh, good question about when everyone starts. For the swim start, for that time trial start, if you are in the aquabike or the open water swim, you will start with your respective distance. So the 1 mile will start with Olympic aquabike will start with Olympic triathletes, and the duathlon will start with the first swimmer of the sprint triathlon. The water exit and entrance are 2 different places, but they're pretty close. It's not like a point to point or anything. They're side by side. Can I show the map for the 2 and 3 point? You know what? For me to pull that up and show it will be hard right now, but it's on the website. There is a big hill at the very beginning. So when you are leaving the transition area, there's a big hill on pavement exiting the park. Once you're out of the park, I wouldn't call it a flat course. It's on the Potawatomi Trail. And if you go on the website, you'll see the elevation of all of the disciplines. So you'll be able to see the hills there. They're fun hills, though. They're good ones. They're in the woods, and some are kind of steep, and keep your eyes on the ground because there's some roots, but all in a good way. Any other questions? I just saw those kind of popping up on my screen. Any other questions?
I had a question about if there was cutoff times for the Olympics.
There are cutoff times. If you go on our website under FAQs, it says, what are the cutoff times? And it's there. I'm sorry that I don't have it in my head exactly where we would tell you at this point you need to be out of the race if you want to finish. You're finishing on your own. It's pretty loose. I don't think in this particular race anyone's been cut off. I think the Olympic, though, the overall cutoff, I think, is maybe 5.5 hours. If anybody knows that answer, Tara or Angela, please chime in.
Perfect, thank you. And if they'll guide you so that you can finish, because I was curious if you're past cutoff, if you'll still get a finish.
100%. We would not be like, oh, nope, cut, you're done. No, we would pick you up and bring you in, or kind of know where you are. We need to start cleaning up at that point, but yeah, we would just not leave you out there. No way. There's plenty of support. Like I said, Aberdeen is out there supporting the bike, and we have people out there on the run trail. James, did you have a question?
Yes, and this is kind of related to one I think that was asked in the chat. Will there be traffic on the road on Hankard that is down to 1 lane in terms of people running? in terms of exiting the course and whatnot?
Are you asking if it's closed to traffic or is still open?
Correct.
It is not closed to traffic. We'll have
Okay.
cones and we'll have course marshals and we'll have police. We have very nice police support at this event. But yes, it needs to stay open to traffic.
Ready. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Any other questions from anybody? Any other hands up that I might be missing?
Recommended shoes, like trail runners versus regular road running shoes?
You would be okay in regular road running shoes, but if you like your trail shoes, I'd say this is trail shoe worthy.
What time do you suggest getting there? And what is parking like? And I apologize if you already mentioned that.
Nope, I actually didn't talk about parking. I always like for a triathlon, I like to get there minimum 1 hour before the start of the race. And parking is it's I wouldn't call it plentiful, but it's not tight either. We will have people helping with parking. If you know you're going to be leaving on the earlier side, I recommend parking up top. There's a top parking lot and a lower parking lot. People are always like, oh, I want a good parking spot. So I try to get down there. Honestly, like I think the top is probably better. It's just easier in and out. There's just a big hill to go down. This does have a spectacular finish, by the way. When you come in off the trail, big downhill to come down to the finish. Super fun. That same hill, if you park up at the top parking lot, you would just walk your bike right down there and be right at Pack and Pick Up. So, but yeah, it's all convenient.
And you need a state pass, right?
You do, and there's no park and ride nearby. So yeah.
You know who I am then?
Yeah.
Hi, Eva. All right.
So hopefully if it's not taken care of, call me.
I think I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so what Sam was asking about is that it's a state park. So those who aren't familiar, that you do need a recreation passport in order to get into state parks. So if you're a Michigan resident, it's very possible you have one, but I would check, make sure that you've got a P on your license plate or on your car registration so they know you have that. If not, they're going to ask you to pay when you come into the park. If you're out of state, you can get a 1-day pass when you come in. Are there any other questions here?
Do you have a bike support on the course if people got flat tires?
We do. Aberdeen Bike and Sport, located in Chelsea. They will be there race day, and they'll be supporting before the race and on the bike course. We can't promise that they're there the entire time on the bike course, but they are out there at the start as people get going. The sport of triathlon does require you to be self-supporting on the bike. That said, when we offer neutral support, they can help you if you get in touch with them while you're out there. If they circle by and you need help, they're there to help you.
So how about weather condition? What if the early morning has a storm? Is the race going to be delayed?
It could be, yeah. We follow our inclement weather protocol in that case. If it's dangerous to race, we will delay the race 30 minutes at a time until eventually maybe decide that it's just not safe to have the race at all that day, and then it's canceled. I can tell you that that's never happened before. It's been delayed, but we've never had to cancel because of weather. No matter how bad the forecast sometimes is, we've had 100% chance of thunderstorms the entire morning, and we've been able to have the race. So let's just hope that it continues that way.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Do I see what is the length of the first duathlon? It is 1.5 miles. And it's all in the park. So that part doesn't go out on the trail.
Okay, I have one more question. Is the bike route like accessible to do? Like we wanted to practice this weekend and go out there like that.
Oh, absolutely.
We could figure it out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
You could. Yeah. So what I recommend you do, Um, and Angela, chime in if I'm wrong, but I think the maps on the website are Strava maps. And on there, you can download the GPX. And then, depending on your bike computer or like a Garmin watch or even your phone, I think even on your phone you could do it. You upload the GPX, and then
Okay.
you can, it will give you cues. Actually, if the Strava map, if you even go into your Strava, you can follow it on a phone or computer or something.
Yeah, I see
Or you could
something
just
that
write down the
says,
turns on a cue sheet and keep it in your pocket. That too. But it's all streets with road names, so you just can
okay,
follow it. Mhm.
thanks.
Any other questions from anybody? Any comments? Everybody excited?
Yeah.
Good. Can I hear anybody else who's excited?
Yay!
There we
Can't wait.
go.
Woohoo!
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, it's going to be a great race. It is a great race. It's been around a long time. I think this might even be, if not the oldest triathlon in Michigan, one of the oldest. It started in 1984. Been around a long time. Kind of, at the very start of the sport. So we're excited about it. Again, state championship race. If you're on a team, bring your team members because it's USAT team championships. And all levels out there, lots of first timers. It's going to be great. And we're all going to be there cheering you on. So in the meantime, if you have questions, feel free to send an email to helpdesk@epicraces.com or call our phone number. It's on our website, but 734-585-7101. Also, all first timers will get a phone call from a member of our staff asking if you have questions, just that you don't want to ask in a group or anything you want to talk about. So you all will be getting that phone call. You'll get a text first saying you're getting the call, and then someone will call you. I see you have your hand raised, but I don't want to mess up your name. I'm gonna say Yang. Is that right?
Just call me Sunshine.
Yang?
One more question. Can we wear the earbuds, or this is not?
No, you may not.
Okay.
So we are a race that's sanctioned by USA Triathlon, and you are not allowed to wear earbuds on any of the disciplines. Um, that said, I want you to know one thing is you may see people wearing them. They shouldn't be, and we will tell them. But when you're in a race situation like this, like the camaraderie, and you're out there like on a trail, you're not even going to want them. You're going to want to hear, the crunching of the leaves under your feet, and know that there's people around you, and just be part of the exciting environment. So you're not going to miss them. Thanks, James. Anybody else? Compared to Island Lake. I can promise you it will not be like Island Lake in a good way. Um, Island Lake, there's a lot of weed in there. And it's like that every year. It floats in at that time of year, and that's when it is. This lake will not, there will be some seaweed because it's the lake and there's some seaweed, but it will not be like that. I promise. For spectators, the parking lot does not close to spectators, but we really, really like to stress that if you have spectators coming, have them come early, because when we have bikes going in and out up the park road and runners going up and out, we don't want to encourage extra automobiles coming in and out. It's enough with people who come in with their boats to go down to the boat launch. As an athlete in this race, you're not going to want that. So ask them to come early before the race starts. We like them to be in the park by 7:45 at the latest. And as far as spectating, you can look at the maps and maybe pick spots for them to go. But the best area really is along the park road and down at the transition area where they can see you coming in and out multiple times. And the way the park is laid out, they can go up to the top of the park, so you leaving the park, come down. So, and really the best spectator spot is on the course. So if they want to volunteer, you can have your friends and family volunteer. They can earn points, and if they're not a triathlete and not interested in becoming one, have them give their points to you, and then your next race can be free. So that's a win-win for everybody.
So you said that spectators should arrive at 7:45?
Before then, so that their cars aren't coming in and out when you're out there biking and running. The first swimmer, you know, if you finish a swim, first few people will be leaving between, you know, close between 7:45 and 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
So this is going to be my first time running in the trail for the race. So is there going to be poison ivy kind of close by or bug spray needed?
There's poison ivy in the trails, I'm sure, but these are really well-traveled trails. You're not going to be making your way through poison ivy. So, you know, if you're somebody who's very allergic to it, very susceptible, if you can do something, you know, maybe spray ahead of time or quick, you know, bring wipes and rinse off when you're done with the run or something, but it's not anything that's been an issue that we've ever heard about being a problem. But I can't promise that there isn't any on the trails, or not really on the trail, but off to the sides. And we don't have you going in areas that people don't travel all the time.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Anything else? Okay. Well, we're going to get back to getting everything set up for you guys. And actually, any of you who want to do a warm up, I forgot about this. I'm wearing a race shirt for this year. The Firecracker 5K is happening in downtown Ann Arbor this 4th of July, which is this Saturday. So if you want to do a little tune-up race and have some fun morning of 4th of July, come on out. Downtown Ann Arbor, that's on our website, AnnArborFirecracker5k.com. So yeah, for the next 2 weeks, we're going to be getting ready for that, getting ready for Ann Arbor Tri, and then a whole other fun season, Swim to the Moon, Ann Arbor Marathon, Detroit Women's Half Marathon, lots of fun. So we're really looking forward to seeing you guys on July 11th. Again, we are here. In the meantime, if you guys have any more questions, I'm sure things will come up. Don't hesitate to reach out. And happy training and happy taper, and we'll see you all really soon.
Thanks, Eva. Thanks, Epic team.
Oh, thank you.
Rock
Good luck,
on.
everybody.
See you
Thank
online
You
and in
too,
person.
everyone. Good luck, everyone.
All right. See you guys soon.
Thanks, James.
Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye-bye.